Have you ever found out your therapist was your biological father? I've been seeing Dr. Brennan for 6 months when everything unraveled. My mom had recommended him after my latest breakup sent me spiraling. He's the best in the city, she'd said, barely looking up from her coffee. He really understands people. Dr. Brennan was everything you'd want in a therapist. Warm, insightful, never judgmental. He had this way of tilting his head when I talked about my abandonment issues that made me feel truly heard. We'd spent countless sessions unpacking why I sabotaged relationships, why I couldn't trust people who said they'd stay. Your father leaving when you were 2 created a template, he'd explained during one session. You expect people to leave, so you push them away first. I nodded, crying into the tissues he always kept perfectly positioned on the side table. The revelation came accidentally. I'd arrived early for my appointment and overheard him on a phone call through the thin office door. He was arguing with someone about money, about responsibility. Then I heard him say it. I've been sending checks for 23 years, Sharon. Don't tell me I haven't contributed to Emma's life. Sharon, my mother's name. Emma, me. My legs went numb. I stood frozen in the hallway as his voice continued, lower now but still audible. I see her every week. No, she doesn't know. We agreed it was better this way. The door opened suddenly. Dr. Brennan stood there, phone still in hand, face draining of color as he saw me. Emma, you're early. 23 years of checks? My voice sounded strange, detached. You see me every week? He stepped aside, gesturing to his office with the same calm professionalism he always maintained. Like this was just another session. Like my world wasn't imploding. I sank into the familiar chair, but everything felt different now. The diplomas on his wall. Had I inherited his intelligence? The slight gap between his front teeth. Did I have that too? The way he clasped his hands when thinking, did I do that? How long have you known? I asked. Since you walked in for your first appointment. He sat across from me, maintaining that therapeutic distance that now felt like a sick joke. Your mother didn't know she'd recommended me. She only knew my professional name. Richard Brennan is my middle and mother's maiden name. My legal name is Richard David Palmer. Palmer. The name on the checks my mom mysteriously received every month. The child support from the state she'd always claimed kept us afloat. You've been my therapist for 6 months. I've told you everything. About my dating life, my sex life, I felt nauseous. Oh God, I told you about losing my virginity. I maintain professional boundaries, he said, as if that made it better. I never let our biological connection influence treatment. Our biological connection? I laughed, sharp and bitter. Is that what we're calling it? Not father and daughter, just a biological connection? Emma, don't therapist me right now. For once in my life, just be my father. Something cracked in his professional composure. For a moment, I saw real pain flash across his face. I was 25 when your mother got pregnant, he said quietly. I was in my first year of psychiatric residency. I panicked. I wasn't ready to be a father, could barely take care of myself. Your mother agreed it would be better if I stayed away, just provided financial support. And then I walked into your office, and then you walked into my office. He rubbed his face, a gesture I suddenly recognized as my own. I should have said something immediately, but you were in so much pain, and you needed help, and I thought maybe I could finally do something good for you. By lying to me? By letting me pay you $200 an hour to tell you about how fucked up I am because my father abandoned me? I never charged you. I blinked. What? I bill your insurance for the maximum they'll cover and waive the rest. I've never taken a cent from you directly. The room felt too small suddenly. All those sessions talking about my absent father, and he'd been sitting right there, taking notes. Every interpretation he'd offered about my father issues had been about himself. Get out, I said. This is my office. Then I'll go. I stood, legs shaky. And don't ever contact me again. Emma, please. We should process this. Process this. I whirled on him. There's no we anymore, Dr. Brennan. Or should I say dad? Though you lost the right to that title 23 years ago. I made it to the door before turning back. He looked smaller somehow, older than his 48 years. You know what the worst part is? I said. You were a really good therapist. You actually helped me. And now I can't even trust that. Because how do I know what was therapeutic intervention and what was guilty conscience? It was both, he admitted quietly. It was always both. I left and didn't look back. Found a new therapist, a woman this time, thoroughly vetted, no connection to anyone in my life. Told her the whole story in our first session. She just said, well, that's a new one. And we started the work of unpacking it all. My mother and I had it out 2 weeks later. She swore she hadn't known it was him when she made the recommendation. Just knew he was the best therapist in the area for abandonment issues. The irony wasn't lost on either of us. Last month I got a letter. His handwriting, not his professional letterhead. Inside was a single paragraph. I know I have no right to ask for anything, but if you ever want to know about your medical history, your grandparents, or why I became a therapist in the first place, I'll be here. Not as your therapist, just as Richard Palmer, who made the worst mistake of his life 23 years ago and has regretted it every day since. I haven't responded. Maybe one day I'll be ready to have a father instead of a therapist, but not today. Today, I'm still processing with someone who charges me full price and isn't related to me. It's healthier that way.